Good morning. It is Saturday, March 8th, and it is 37 degrees here in the wonderful city of Boston. It's cold. It's always cold. It's always cold. And then about 3 or 4 weeks from now, I'll be like, oh my God, it's hot. It's so hot. The heat doesn't get you that much here in Boston, but the humidity is awful whenever the weather does pick up. But that'll give me something else to complain about in the near future. Anyway, the dogs are pooping. So that was my mechanic you just saw working at the car. He came to my workplace and basically put his little computery thing in and figured out that the major problem was that the gas tank lid, is that what you call it? Had a tiny little leak in it, and that's why all those lights were lit up on the dashboard. Can you imagine that? So the dashboard is now clean. No more lights. Well, it's not clean, it's filthy, but there's no more lights on it. And he said to me, can you please pump up your tires? Because every time I see your car, that tire warning light is on. And I said, yeah, maybe. So that is work over for the day. Yip. It is so cold and this wind is so bad. There's currently 37 degrees in the Boston metro area. It's not the Boston metro area. This is Boston City. And it is 37 degrees and extremely windy. But that's my Saturday work day finished. I do have work tomorrow because I do work 7 days a week. But anyway, America. Oh, she's heavy. So somebody commented, I think it was Linda, my friend Linda, lives in California, commented, why don't I take videos of my dogs and their cute faces? So this is Kira. She's quite nervous all the time. You can't tell, she actually is shaking right now because I'm holding her off the ground. She doesn't like it. She has a tendency not to like much. I would say she's kind of a little bit on the autism spectrum. She doesn't like outside. She doesn't like being outside. She doesn't mind being on the beach now, but that took about 2 years to try to get her there. Like, she used to literally have major panic attacks outside the minute we got her out the door. And if a car drove past, she would just freeze up and literally lie flat with her stomach on the ground and just shake and shiver the entire time. So she did not like to go outside, but she likes the car now. We can get her into the car and we can get her to the beach. And every once in a while, she still have a freak out, and it's the time to like shut down the walk and just get her home as soon as we can. No idea what's going on inside her head, but she's so heavy. Oh my goodness, Care Bear. Now this little guy is Alex. Alex is deaf and mostly blind, and Alex is probably one of the most loving dogs in the world. And believe it or not, he does rule the house. Even though he can't really see to get around, he knows where everything is. And once he learns any new things we're going to put in place, he's completely fine. Because he's deaf, he doesn't hear anything, so he never knows if we're coming home. So he doesn't bark. And the only time you ever hear him barking is when you're outside. And anybody that's watched my videos, you'll hear Alex barking pretty much every day during the winter. This dog does not like the cold. And when we're outside in the morning times, he gets out. He's very good. He gets outside, he pees, he poops instantly. So there's no messing around with him. And he just wants to get back in under the covers. He's always under the covers, under the blankets. He finds the warmest spot in the house. So this dog absolutely detests the cold. Going forward, I've always said, we're only going to get deaf dogs from now on, because they don't hear you coming. They don't bark at the neighbors. You know, although he barks at everything else that he can see. If he sees shadows, he will. If he sees shadows walking past the fence outside, he barks at those. For the most part, he's absolutely silent. Yep, there he goes. This one is, that one was Gilly. Come here. Gilly, sit. Good boy. Who's you? What's going on with you? So Gilly has abandonment issues. I think I'm his fourth owner, and he is like Velcro, pretty much. Gilly, come here. Everybody see your pretty face. Sit down. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Wait. Where are you going? Here, let's see. Look up here. Look. Can you see the camera? Sit. Here, look. Gilly's very, very, very handsome. He's like a Rottweiler, a mini pin, something mix. As I say, he has abandonment issues. He does not like to be left alone at all. He's what you would call a Velcro dog. He likes to touch you. He likes to know you're there. He likes to be able to make sure that you're in the vicinity. And as soon as you start to get ready, like the minute you go to get keys or put your coat on, he's already in panic mode. He starts to whine. And the weird thing about Gilly is very territorial. Aren't you? Aren't you very territorial? And even if he's like lying on the sofa and you try to walk past him, he will growl at you. And he has sort of snapped at me and anybody else that comes into the house. He has issues like with his personal space. But if you just avoid that with him, he's a wonderful, wonderful dog. He's my off-leash dog. I bring him to the beach. He runs out. Like, he doesn't care about other dogs when he's outside. He doesn't give a damn. He just wants to be with you. You're the owner. This is terrible talking to the camera like this. But anyway, let's see. Where are we? Oh, yeah. There we are. Yeah. So, sorry I'm sitting on the ground and you can see all the bits and pieces of the thing, but this is the only way to get near Gilly. Gilly is not going to go on my lap at any point. And if he did, he might not want to get off. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Gilly has abandonment issues. He's a Velcro dog. He loves to sit like this on you. He always tries to make sure he's touching you. But at the same time, if you try to invade his space, or what he has a major problem with is his food bowl. If he's not finished his food bowl and you accidentally walk past him, or if you try to like take it off and there's a little morsel of food in there, he will growl. He hasn't snapped at the food yet, but he's like, let you know that, he's not done. That's just all the little quirks and stuff you have to do with all these little dogs that nobody else actually wants, or have been abandoned, or have been given up. I kind of take the little broken dogs that nobody wants, because I don't have any kids, because I own a doggy daycare, and because I own pet retail stores. They get to live their best lives. I usually have around 5 dogs. Right now, I've got 3, and the cat. And the cat, like, she's 16 or 17, and the cat does her own thing. You'll probably see her in the video at some point. As I say, because I can give them their best lives, I kind of just take the little broken dogs that nobody wants. I'm currently on a pause. I'm not taking any dogs in right now. I've been doing this for 25 years. I want to travel a little bit more without having to worry about my dogs. And eventually I do want to move, and I don't want to have to put them through the transportation thing. Right now, dogs are on pause. No more rescues, no more foster failures. I'm just going to let these guys live out their best lives. And if things have to change more dramatically than I think, then I might be buying a big van, and I might be driving the dogs to wherever I want to move to. But right now, I've got 3 dogs, 1 cat, and that's it. No more birds, no more fish. We used to have fish. It was like a menagerie in here. It was like a zoo. We had, at one point, we had 5 dogs. 5 dogs, 3 cats, like a 65-gallon fish tank, a parrot, a budgerigar. Yeah, it was chaos and mayhem in here, but that's just like my whole life anyway. But anyway, that's all the video is tonight. I just want to introduce you to the dogs. I'm a bit of a dog expert. I've been taking care of dogs for 25 odd years. I've been a dog trainer. I know all about dog nutrition. So again, questions, comments, anything I can help you out with, ask away. But I'm not Caesar Milan, and I don't really like him anyway. The show's a bit fake. He's actually a good trainer if you watch him, but the show's a little bit fake. You can't fix the dog in 45 minutes, and if you do, it's through punishment. But anyway, oh, here we go again, getting all controversial. That's the video. Good night.